So, well, at the recent BSGA AGM, we appointed two new people to the board, one of whom is Lawrence Green. Hello, Lawrence.
Good morning, Jack. How are we doing?
Yeah, I'm doing very well. I thought we'd take the opportunity, I mean, we've chatted a few times on here, but really to sort of talk about you and your company's history with the BSGA, because it is quite long and illustrious. So perhaps you better start, just sort of introduce yourself, but also tell us a bit about Green's the Sign Makers.
Yes, I'm Lawrence Green. I'm, let's say, the current MD of Green's the Sign Makers. I am third generation. My granddad Reg set it up originally, properly founded in 1963. So, yeah, we're coming up to another milestone in a couple of years. It's been certainly a big part of my life, something I've been involved with from an early age.
Well, what got your granddad into it?
So I've found out even more recently. He originally was a sign writer.
Okay.
So he was even starting out painting registration plates for motorbikes and that kind of thing. Okay. So while we say we were founded in 1963, actually he was going a long time before that. Had a lovely trip out with my dad recently, and he went, "Oh yeah, this is where your granddad was in the war. He was stationed up near Scarborough somewhere." And I was like, "Oh, what was he doing?" "Oh yeah, he was sign writing. He was making all the signs." So so we say 1963, but actually starting with sign writing, we've gone a lot further back.
Okay, so was he kind of an artist initially, and then when he was in the war, this was an opportunity to do something, or did he have a different trade before that?
He certainly enjoyed his art. I've got one of his paintings at home. On the business side, it was the sign writing, the coach pinstriping and everything that he did. And then, after the war, I've written previously about his choice of, when we set up the company, about being the sign makers, which we obviously kept, and that it was we were the ones that made everything in-house as well. So it was quite a key choice of words he had setting up the business.
So presumably he was obviously a bit older when he set the company up. So presumably your dad was also of an age where he was working. Did he start off working with the company, or was he doing something?
Yes, my dad was very keen to be involved. Straight out of school, he takes a mick out of me and says he had a gap weekend. So finished his exams on the Friday, and straight into work on the Monday. So yeah, my dad was the one that really grew the business and has seen it grow towards where we're at now. So yeah, he was the main driving force behind the business for many years.
Okay, so was he also a skilled sign maker, or is he more about the business and the running of things?
Very hands-on. He's a very creative but very skilled at making things. He led the business from the top. He was the one in charge, and to be honest, did most of the work. It's not something I could do at the minute. He was responsible for a significant part of the turnover, actually creating the job sheets and specification. And they were just of a size now that wouldn't be possible.
Sure, but also I guess it was a different time, isn't it? The signs then were very much more handmade. Presumably you didn't have all the machinery and digital stuff.
Precisely. Yeah, even when I started on the factory floor, all the FlexFace signs were cut vinyl and applied by hand, wet with big wide scrapers on a normal flat bench. So even when was that? When I was in there, 2004, it was still a pretty traditional way of making FlexFace signs. But over the years, we've done a lot of different things a different way, always embracing the latest technology. We've got windows here that are covered with screen print ink, because the cleaning baths were right next to the windows, and they've still got the marks on those. We've got some of the skylights in the factory are blocked out above, so it creates a nice dark shadowy area, because that was where the overhead projectors were, to enlarge the drawing onto a big sheet of acrylic or whatever it might be, and they simply drew around it and cut it out by hand. We've seen most techniques come and go.
I'm guessing also that a young Lawrence sometime in the 80s and 90s would have been sort of running around inside the system looking at things and perhaps getting the bug.
Indeed, yes, I was. I have to say my first job was, I can't remember what the customer was, but there was drawings, partly hand drawings, starting to get a bit more automated, but they all needed colouring in. So on a weekend I would colour in these old drawings. That must have been very early 90s then. But yeah, I've done everything from sweeping up the yard in the summers as a young age, to working my way up, doing every job. So yeah, it's I too like to be very hands-on.
But did you always kind of imagine this is what I'm going to do, or did you have some thoughts? Well, I'll do it part time, but I'm going to go and do something else.
I think the real answer is I didn't give it any thought. So I did have a gap year, but I worked here and went off on a few months adventures, doing sport and skiing and stuff, and then came back and worked again. And it was only the first summer of university that my sister literally knocked mine and my dad's heads together and said, "Just have a think, will you? Do you want to?" And it was at that point I went, "Oh no, yeah, I do enjoy it. I have enjoyed my time there." Yes, so changed a few of my modules at university to more business-related things, and yeah, from then it was a properly thought-out plan for taking over.
I mean, it sounds like generation on generation, you're taking that sort of the level of education, level of understanding of business, as well as the sign element of it, and bringing the business forward into what it is now. I guess it's.
Yes, it's. I realised it's about 5 years ago. I've been MD since 2018, I think. That while I know how to make any sign and I'm very good at that, and it turned out I was okay at running a business. It wasn't, something that came fully naturally. So I went off and I still have some coaching, which has been invaluable and has really helped drive the business forward. I'm not embarrassed to say that that coaching has really helped on the business side.
Sure.
And yeah, the signage knowledge has always been there.
Yeah, and I bet there's plenty of experience still in the company that you can take.
We're incredibly lucky. The amount of people with 40 years service is at least half a dozen, I think. So that's each have 40 years service, as many with over 30. So yeah, we've got if we actually did a tally, it would be probably in the thousands of years experience within the business.
That really sort of fills out the family business element of it, isn't it? When you have people there for that long, it feels like family. Absolutely.
Indeed, it's nice. We try and do our bit and do the right thing. We have had people leave, think the grass is greener, and it's always nice when they come knock and go, "Actually, can I come back?" I'm like, "Yes, come on then, come back in."
Oh, that's
so, we try and do our bit. So.
Good stuff. So let's talk a little bit about BSGA, because there's also a long history between the company and your family. And could you sort of explain a little bit how it started and your involvement?
So my granddad was very, very keen and very active, and I've heard some lovely stories from people saying how he, went out and supported them and helped and coached them into becoming a member, which is always nice to hear. So yeah, it's been important from the start, from his experience to, for the better of the industry, to really support everybody, which is nice and has passed down as well. I think it's just the way we've been brought up, just do the right thing, and help where you can. So yeah, at one point my granddad was, and I'll get the terms wrong, but must have been national president or whatever the chairman or whatever the thing is, and my dad was area chairman in the same year, and I think that was when I was 1. So so a few years ago now. So partly feel it's my turn, but and the history there. So a little bit of pressure on myself to do it. But also the same kind of upbringing that I want to help. I want to create a better industry for us all, and help set those standards. So that's why I wanted to be involved.
Good. Well, I mean, a healthy industry does help all of us for sure. But I mean, you've been involved personally with the BSGA for quite a while, and I know you've helped us with various things. But this is obviously a step up to becoming a board member. What does that specifically mean to you?
It's nice to formalise it, as you say. I've been hovering in the wings a while, offering help where I can. So it's nice to be, know that they know I'm there if there's something, a little project needs working on, or any questions need answering. So it's, yeah, I think just formalising what I was trying to help anyway. So
Yeah. It does make it sound like a sort of grand appointment, but actually you're kind of doing the role anyway by getting involved. And it's good for all members really to feel that they can just get involved more, maybe.
precisely, I would recommend it. It is good. There's plenty of events going on. I know we're all busy. We've all got very busy schedules with work, and then life these days. It never stops anyway. But there is a bit of time to make it. It doesn't take a lot of time to reach out and offer support or attend an event or anything like that. So I've certainly had a lot of value from it myself.
Yeah, good stuff. And do you have a sort of message for maybe some sign makers that perhaps haven't joined the association yet? Any sort of encouragement to them of why they should join and what you think they'd get from it?
For me, it's as I say, about doing the right thing, and there is a wealth of information there that's already there, and having been now part of it, I know there's more coming as well. There is a wealth of information there to support you, to help you, to make sure you are doing the right thing, and not just, oh well, this is how we've always done it, because there are quick and easy little improvements can be made to do a better service, better product, and yeah, they're there to support you if anything does happen. Accidents do happen, that you've then got that grounding of paperwork and the correct information that you have done the right thing, and you will have a bit of support as well.
Fantastic. It's great to have people like yourselves with the experience of hands-on in the industry, helping to develop that documentation and those standards and all those things that the BSGA are doing.
Indeed, yeah, we're forever trying to update ours, so it's nice to share that information. I always feel there's something extra to do. But having said that, we are still learning ourselves, so we're not there. It is, even for the larger companies, it's still worthwhile. Yes, it's a mark of recognition that you will be working and uphold some good standards. But genuinely, they are there for support, even for the ones that have been around for a long while.
No, quite. And I guess large or small, the job is sort of the same at almost every level. So you do need to work to those standards. Good stuff.
Indeed.
Well, look, it's great to have you on board. Look forward to working more with you on BSGA related stuff. And thank you very much for your time.
No worries. Good to speak to you, Jack.